Is this cool or what? Hotel, very expensive, downtown Seattle. I'm a bit jet-lagged, but it's the perfect place to tell you about our party on ToyBoy, a music biz special full of the cream of the crop. Look at the ceiling on this boat, Venus said. It's wonderful. Wouldn't it be great to have something like that at home? The ceiling was one gigantic mirror. I got the feeling it was intended to be fairly walks like a woman, talks like a man, Ray Davis-ly kinky. I think I can imagine what sort of toys these boys like playing with, I said, not exactly excelling myself in the wit department. And if this is the lounge, what the hell must the bedrooms be like? Venus said, getting up and wandering towards the set of curved stairs. I don't think we're meant to go down there, I said. No one else is. But we're not everyone else. No one tells a lady what to do. Fancy coming? ToyBoy. No, I must go and find Lord Crappenleigh. I'll have a message from the vicar. I sounded self-important, but who am I kidding? I was just bottling out. Please yourself. I hope you don't always miss out on the fun. I headed up to the top deck to find Lord Crappenleigh. Being a simple soul, I'd imagined that the top deck would have something practical like the steering console. How ignorant can I get? Not a bit of it. The designer of this boat had bigger, better ideas. The top deck was an enormous bar, liberally stacked with every poisonous solution known to man. Lord Crappenleigh had his arm wrapped around the man next to him for support.
Evening, friend. Bend knees, not helmet. Sgt Crappenleigh here, reporting on the quality of my aim. Didn't touch the sides this morning, just a little stain on the left. Spread it everywhere, must have been that bloody curry.
Astonishing though it may seem, even I can have too much toilet humour. I left him and wandered to the other side of the boat, where I saw the SFB, she of the instant orgasm, who had processed our passes for us. She was now working as one of the waitresses handing out nibbles. You were in the marquee earlier on, weren't you? I asked. Please note the skillful way I engaged her in conversation. It's a busy week. Pizza? Pizza. She'd only said like 4 words to me. Well, actually 5. And I would have got down on my knees and begged her to marry me. Imagine waking up next to that voice every morning. A man certainly wouldn't get much work done. I thought better of the marriage proposal idea and contented myself with a slice of pizza. Thank you, that'll suit my needs exactly. As she wandered away, I remembered the note stuck to the back of my Medan pass. Oh, thank you, God, I thought. She was the only person to handle it except me, so perhaps my luck had changed and it was a note to meet her with her name and address. But then, I think we all know that it wasn't. Rule 8, punk never gets unsolicited notes from SFBs with instant orgasm accents offering their phone numbers. The message was in some small spidery writing that was impossible to read in the dark. I was just moving over to the light by the bar when I again caught sight of Lord Crappenleigh on the other side of the boat. He'd by now put his drink down, undone his belt, and was preparing to take down his trousers. The man standing beside him was doing the same.
Well, dear heart, we are all part of the urine-peeing union now, aren't we? I bet I can fill up that dinghy even from this distance,
I heard him say, before starting to piss over the side of the boat. It's difficult to know how you'll react to something like this until it actually happens to you. You can, 1, join in. 2, deny all knowledge. 3, run away. I chose option 3 and ran to find Mummy, or rather his wifey. As chance would have it, she was holding court in the cabin, judging by the wet windows, immediately below her husband. Beside her, on a completely circular bed, sat 2 other people, one of whom I recognised as Hugh Spiller. Now, I'm not very clear on the exact history, but I know that he and the vicar had fallen out several years before over a recording project. Whenever we meet, he always tries to quiz me about what he'd done to upset the vicar. How do you explain to a man that the main reason someone won't talk to you is probably that he has a terrible habit of spitting over him whenever he speaks? Yeah, and we're not talking about a gentle shower here, more a tropical monsoon. Hello, Hugh, I said, greeting him from the very far side of the bed. Still fit and filthy? Punk Thunderfun, no left. Still with the vicar, he said, amid the usual shower of spittle. Oh, yes, sir, unless you're salivating over my unique talents, I said, a little cruelly. His hairiness isn't here, though, not his sort of party. He's waiting for us in the car. What on earth is he doing in the car? Cut in Venus, and then turned to Herr Spiller. You know Hugh, do you? He's interested in an album by Giles. Is his a good record company? She asked teasingly. What are you meant to say to him when he's standing there just across the room from you? I didn't know that Lord Crappenleigh still played, I said tactfully. He's been trying to call a Gotham orchestra for years, Hugh cut in. I thought we might be able to settle something. Where is Crappenleigh? Perhaps I can speak to him myself. He's up on top deck, but I don't think now would be a good moment. Now, he'd probably finished by now, but I thought I'd better let Venus know, so I leant over and whispered in her ear. She laughed. "You mean he's outside, peeing under the water?" she shouted out loud. "Believe me, that's nothing. I'm sure that would be an excellent moment for you to speak to him, Hugh. Perhaps you could shake his pecker off while you're there. Isn't that what record executives do? Massage their artist's ego?" Hugh looked shocked. "No, I'm serious. It would probably be a good idea if someone did go up and make sure he doesn't fall off the boat. This is your perfect chance to be a knight in shining armour." He still looked doubtful, although if the vicar is really sitting waiting in the car, I suppose we had better think about leaving. "What do you think, punk?" I took her hand and helped her from the bed. Was it my imagination, or did she hold on to it a little longer than she needed to? "Peeing and then rescuing of husbands," I said, "in that order. Otherwise, there's going to be some more damp patches. Shall we meet on the top deck?" I went to shake hands with the unemployed. Long queue. Maybe Lord Crappenleigh wasn't so stupid after all, and then joined Venus outside. "It's stunning, isn't it?" she said. "Imagine living here." "Well, I did for a while," I said. "I'd forgotten how beautiful it was." If I'd ever noticed at the time, teenagers have other things on their minds. Over the stern of the boat was the park. The plane trees, draped with fairy lights, all recently pollarded, so that the bare branches looked rather like thick, gnarled fingers. "The trees look pretty stupid," Venus said. "Almost like they're upside down, with their roots sticking into the air." "It's bloody chilly. Here, keep me warm." She put her arm around me and pulled herself tight against me. Who was I to complain? "Fancy losing some money on me?" Venus pointed teasingly at the casino. "Yeah, you've already cost me 100 quid on that bloody sports car," I moaned, as we made our way to the front of the boat. "Now, punksters, I know that you're a hard-nosed bunch of people, but be prepared for a really romantic moment. Picture me in the arms of this gorgeous woman with the lights from all the yachts beautifully mirrored in the totally calm Mediterranean Sea, looking out on a row of little restaurants with the castle floodlit on the hill behind. Be honest, punksters, how much better can it get? Not much, but it can get worse."
Hey, woman, are you going to carry me home? Punk, isn't it time we went to find that plagiaristic, backstabbing, insecure, bullying, control-freaking, stage too small for the both of us, vicar of yours?
Lord Crappenleigh come to disturb my dreams and reclaim his wife. "Good God, Giles, pest again," Venus said, as she removed herself from my arms and put her arm around him.
"Hold on to me, you idiot!"
he shouted as he tripped and fell down the steps, grabbing hold of my me-down badge and ripping it from its clip. I picked it up from the ground, checking that the message was still there, and stuffed it in my pocket, helping Venus to carry him to the car. "Yeah, right, I'll see you later. I've got a plane to catch. Got to back to good old Blighty." Oh, shit! Forgot the bloody camera.
That boy's not not so cool. He's got ears the size of diamonds, vocal nose and a twisted face, with a voice that
I couldn't make out all the words. It looked something like, "The vicar must not, the conf, you, sing, o, the org, I, yo, or I," which, as cryptic messages go, is pretty good. And now, viewers, we have spotted our prey. Over there, in the undergrowth, lurks the vicar, preening himself before his prospective mate. As we move closer, we can get a clearer view. He's with... Interesting. This is not at all what we expected.